What's up, everybody? How are you guys doing? Welcome to Jrichfits Lifestyle and Health Coaching Corner. We are on episode 7 now, so I'm trying to knock out 2 a week. So we're on episode 7 now. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody that's tuning in. Uh, Today, we're going to go over idolizing. So this is something that really bothers me. I don't like idolizing at all. So that's my take on it already. But we're gonna dive into it. I'm gonna give you a definition, breakdowns, who you should idolize, who you shouldn't idolize, all that good stuff. So let's go into the definition. So the definition of idolizing is admiring, revering, or love gratefully, or excessively, emphasizing on excessively at the end. So that's the definition of idolizing. So there's some good and bad in there. I think that the admire, revere, or love part is healthy if it's going towards the right people. And I always feel like when I say the right people, if those three things are being shot out the same way they're being brought back in. So if I admire or if I idolize somebody and I admire, revere, or love them, I would hope that they either all three of those back to me or at least two of those, or they even know anything about you. Don't idolize in a direction where it's almost fandom where they don't even know you and you're shooting those three things to them, but it's not coming back, because what ends up happening is when you shoot out emotion or when you shoot out love or hate or anything like that and it's not reciprocated back, then you're not you're a piece of you is leaving, but it's not coming back. Anytime, like, life is about give and take, and I think that when you're shooting those emotions out, and those are some serious emotions in positive and negative ways, and they're not coming back to you, then you're losing a part of yourself. So I would be very cautious who you decide to idolize. And the last word of it, when it's excessively, that is scary, because anything in excess is never good. I don't know too many things that are good in excess, so be careful, because idolize the definition of idolizing has excessively at the very end of it. So that is something to be aware of and make sure you're not ever doing anything excessively because if it's a friendship, if it's a relationship, if it's your family, if you're giving anything excessively, the likelihood of them pushing away or pushing back is going to be very high, because they're probably not meeting you in the middle. And anything too much or too little is always horrible. But the closer and closer you can get to the middle, the better everything is for everybody. So be careful with the excessively part. That part scares me when I read that definition. Is idolizing good? That's a question that I got. Is idolizing good? Yes, if it's directed towards the right people. So, in my opinion, when it says is idolizing good, who are the good people to idolize? I would say, in my personal opinion, the only people you should ever idolize are your family slash loved ones. Those are people that have helped you grow. Those are people that have taken care of you. Those are people that actually care about you. So if I'm gonna idolize anybody, I'm gonna idolize somebody that I know really cares about me and that loves me and just wants to see me do better. That should be it. Family. That's it right there. Family, loved ones. Don't pay attention to anybody else. Don't give a fuck about what anybody else is doing, because guess what? They don't give a fuck about what you're doing. And I don't want to put my energy towards anybody that doesn't give a fuck about what I'm doing. In life, I think that's our biggest issue, is we care too much about what people that don't mean shit to us think. And why do you do that? That's such a waste of energy. Like, your body only has so much energy in it, and your brain can only think so much before your body starts shutting down, your brain starts shutting down. So why waste it on people that either A, want to see you lose, B, could give a fuck, or C, could give a fuck. Those are two big ones where it's like, I don't waste energy on anybody that I don't care about their opinion. I don't care about what they're doing. If they like or don't like me, that don't mean two shits to me. So really get in that mindset. And when you start idolizing, only do it towards the people that actually care about you, that actually matter, that are actually worried about you or happy for you. Like, any emotion that's positive or negative, but it's directed towards you. Like I said, they care about you. That could be a positive negative because they care about you positively, but you might be doing something negative that makes them worry. So make sure that those are the people you focus on. Those are the people that you put your energy into. And those are the people you want to end up being like or growing up to be. And not exactly, because nobody ever grows up to be exactly like somebody, but you pick traits. So it's like you could idolize your older brother, your mom, your older sister, your dad, and you can do all four of them at the same time. Where it's like, well, I like my dad's wisdom. I like my brother's drive. I like my sister's aggressiveness to want to do more. I like my mom's calmness so she can kind of get it all. So you can create your own great human being off of idolizing traits that individual people in your family have. So it doesn't have to just be one person. It doesn't have to just be their whole being. It could be pieces of people. And you just want to be more like that. And it helps you be a better human being. That would be my best advice when it comes to idolizing. Don't idolize one thing about somebody because they'll disappoint you. Nobody's going to be everything that you want them to be. So just make sure it's bits and pieces and it's you getting better through those bits and pieces and learning all that type of stuff. So I would say that to end that question, idolize people that care about you. Idolize family members. Idolize loved ones. People that really want to see you do well because you want to see them do well. So I would say that is a big one. And before I close that off, this was a point that I wrote down that I really wanted to spike on. Is so many people travel the world or meet all these different people or do all these different things to look for somebody to look up to or to idolize and stuff like that. When the sad part is at the end of the day, that person is right there. So a specific human being would be my dad. He's a construction worker. He wakes up at 4 in the morning and comes back at 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, and is dog tired, raised 4 kids, loving husband, all that good stuff. And me and him never really had common interests. He was into construction, and he was into cars, and he was into shooting guns and all that stuff. And I was into sports, and I was into just being active. So we didn't play catch together. I played more catch football with my mom than I did my dad. But I always knew he loved me. And I think it took me a certain stage as I got older to really idolize him. Like as a kid, I liked idolizing athletes, and I idolized my brother, and I idolized my sister, and all these things. But I never really gave too much credit or attention to my dad. And once I got into my mid to later 20s, I started looking at him and being like, hey, a lot of the traits that I have, I subconsciously were stealing from him, or he was giving to me. I don't like say stealing, I'm his son, so he was giving me those traits. So I act and talk a lot more like him, and I have more of his demeanor and stuff. And it took me a long time to realize that. So now, when people ask me who do I idolize, he's the first person that I think of. That's the first person I think of when it comes to idolizing who I want to be and the father I want to be, and in certain aspects the husband I want to be, but in certain aspects not the husband I want to be. But I think the provider that he was, and how he never asked for love, or he never wanted us to praise him or even idolize him. He just did things, and he just knew because he wanted to protect his family, and he wanted to have us live a better life, and he would struggle for that. So for me, there's not a human being. You can have $1 million. You could be athlete. You could be a singer, an actor. And if I meet you, I can give a fuck. I meet Jay-Z tomorrow. And if he thought I was going to walk up to me like, hey, you're Jay-Z, I walk up and say, hey, what's up, man? What's your name? Because the only person I care about, the only person that I truly idolize to the max, who's number one, there's a list of people, but the top person would be my dad. Because that's the man I want to be, and that's the only people you should idolize is who you want to be as a man, as a woman, as a human being. Pick that person, and it better not be some stupid ass fucking athlete or some actor, because you don't even know them. They don't know you, so why would you want to be like them? You don't even know how they really are. You just see what the fuck you see on TV, and that is what sways your mind. You gotta wake up, and you gotta be a little bit more adult than that, and don't think that that's the way you should idolize somebody. Which gets me into my next topic. Who are the wrong people to idolize? And in my opinion, I just named a bunch of them, but let's kind of go down the list. In my opinion, The wrong people to idolize are people that don't care about you. People that you see and they kind of know you or they don't know you at all. And it's very surface level or it's not surface level at all. Uh, they don't care. They don't care about you when it comes to your successes or your failures or what you want to do with yourself when it comes to making yourself a better person. So why would I idolize anybody that doesn't know me at all or doesn't give a fuck about me at all? Really think about that later. Like when you're thinking about people that are in your life, is besides idolization, you can get rid of some people. If they fall in that category of not giving a fuck about what you do or not giving a fuck about if you're winning or losing, get them out of there and don't idolize them ever. They don't celebrate when you win. So it's like the first people that I would like to get a hold of are athletes because, and especially in America, we idolize the shit out of athletes and we allow our kids to idolize athletes more than they idolize us as parents or as mentors or as older brothers or older sisters. Athletes are the fucking worst. And break this down. They're young adults that play a child's game really well and we pay them a king's ransom. So let's say that again. Young adults playing a child's game and you pay them a king's ransom. And I want that to be the person that my kid idolizes over me, my sibling idolizes over me, or my loved ones or friends idolize over myself. Fuck that shit. Those athletes have no moral compass half the time. They're doing all these stupid things, and there's just a lot to athletes that I don't like. They're just too young and they don't know life enough for me to want to give a fuck about what they're doing because they could shoot a basketball really well, because they could run really fast. That's why you idolize them? That's why you want to be like them? You gotta wake the fuck up if that's how you feel. That's the stupidest, like, 5-year-old answer. Oh, I like Steph Curry because he can shoot threes really well. Yeah. What the fuck kind of thought process is that? He can shoot threes really well? My nephew on a 5-foot court can shoot threes really well. It's the same size, same everything. I don't give a fuck. I just like him. I don't give a shit about him shooting threes and stuff. One of my best friend's little brothers is an amazing basketball player. Plays for the University of Hawaii right now. Shout out Eddie Stansberry if you want to go check him out. I can give two fucks if he hit me up tomorrow and said I don't want to play basketball anymore. I'd be like, okay, well, what do you want to do? Because I invest in him as a human being. I don't care about him as a basketball player. And people that do care about him as a basketball player, what kind of thought process is that? I care about individuals. So if he hit me up and was like, I'm done with basketball, I'm just going to get my degree. Okay, cool. What's the next plan? What do you want to do? Let me see if I can help you out somehow. Because that's all I care about. I don't care about what you do. That's your life. That's your thing. I care about the individual. So athletes, fuck them. And if you're a grown man, here's some of my takes on that. If you're a grown man and you watch sports, here's my rule and here's my thing for you. Do not wear the jersey of a man either your age or younger than you. Because you look like the biggest fanboy. You look like the biggest pussy. There's throwbacks for a reason. There's old athletes out there that you love. Go buy their jersey. Go wear their shit. You'll still look like a fan and you'll still look great. But don't wear these young guys' jerseys and repping these young guys. It looks like you're on their nutsack. And they're kids, and you're riding a kid's nutsack. You're a grown-ass man. Don't be wearing their jerseys and doing all that stuff. I hate that. Where it's like, have a little oomph to you. Let them know that, like, yeah, I love the team, but you're a young boy, man. Go win for me. But don't sit there and rock his jersey and be like, oh, yeah, Bosa, or, oh, Curry. But you're a grown-ass man. Don't wear that shit. Go get a fucking Weber jersey, or go get a Hardaway jersey if you're a Warrior fan, or if you're a Niner fan, go get a Rice jersey, or go get a Lott jersey or something. But stop wearing these young guys' jerseys. You're just creating these monsters. How sad would that be if I was like a young guy and I saw a group of old ass men wearing my jersey? I'd be like, what the fuck? Here's my rule for if you're an older man wearing a young guy's jersey: have him be a relative of yours. Have that your name be the same on the back. That's the only way you can wear a young man's jersey. But don't fucking wear no young man's jerseys if they're fucking younger than you weenies. Which goes into my next one. Don't idolize singers. I appreciate appreciation is fine. I like how they sing, all that stuff, but I hate when I'm watching somebody perform and there's people who stands crying like cry for your mom, cry for your family, cry for good and sad moments in your life, but don't cry because a singer is singing. That's what's moving you. I mean, you're showing them to, you're creating these monsters. If I was a singer, I saw a whole crowd of people and they're cheering and celebrating and they're crying. I'm gonna start thinking I'm God, and that's what you people are doing when you idolize these people. Is these athletes and these singers and these actors? They think they're God, and they forget to realize that like you're a human being at the end of the day. Which I'll get into a lot of different stories later, but yeah, you gotta humble people and you have to even people out. Don't let them believe these things because you're creating this stuff. Because remember, like with a basketball player, you're cheering for or an athlete, you're cheering for their touchdowns or their shots, or you're cheering for them hitting a home run. But ask yourself this: when was the last time they cheered for you? When was the last time that they shouted you out or knew about you? If they didn't, then ease back on the cheering. Singing, same thing. When was the last time you went to a karaoke bar and your favorite singer showed up and cheered for you while you were singing? They're like, "Yeah, you're the best. Here's another round. You're gonna even get bolder, and your fucking acapella is gonna be the best." Shut the fuck up. They don't show up. So don't worry about idolizing them because they're not idolizing you and they don't care about you. And into my last one, because these are the three categories that I feel like people just idolize so much that it's almost like disgusting. Actors. Some of these actors are some of the weirdest people on earth because later in their careers, these weird things come out where they're child molesters or they're robbing, like not robbing people, but they're like inside trading and they're stealing money, or they're just dicks to their makeup artist or the people that work for them. And you think that they're these great people because you see them on TV and you're like, well, I love Friends and they all seem fun. You don't know them. Don't tell me about how you think that they are if you don't really know it. That's how they are. And yeah, like I said, you're allowing your kids, you're allowing yourself, you're allowing the people around you to have too many opinions or to love somebody too much that doesn't love you. So why would you even think about that as a real option? And with actors, that's how I feel. They will never win an award and shout you out. They'll shout, they'll be generic and they'll, oh, I thank God first and I thank my parents and I thank this and I thank that. But at the end of it, when they decide to finally walk off that stage, they will never say that they thank you. So don't thank them for anything and don't cry for them about anything. If you don't know somebody, that's the big thing for me too. It's kind of summing up to emotions are great to have, but they're dangerous if you don't know how to control them. And that's a life thing. That's not just this category. And if you allow yourself not to control them in the right settings, where it's like if I'm happy around, I want to laugh and I'm around good people, then I'll laugh. If I'm sad and I want to cry and it's for a loved one or if it's for a real situation, then I'll cry. But if you're crying at the wrong times at concerts or because an actor won an award or because your sports team won a game, remember they don't cut you checks. I'm a Raider fan. They could go 0-16 5 years in a row, and my friends would make fun of me all day, every day, and their team can go win the Super Bowl 5 years in a row. But guess what? I'll look at them and be like, "Hey, how much your team pay you to be a cheerleader for them this year?" Nothing. Oh, hey, guess what? The Raiders didn't pay me anything either for them being 0-16. So remember that they're not getting paid. You're not, when that actor wins an award or that singer wins an award, you don't get paid. And they're not really giving a fuck about your support because it's an ant farm. It's a sheep pen. They just want more sheep. They just want more ants because what they'll end up doing to you is pushing products that they have so they can make more money. And that's really all they care about when it comes to you is buying their jersey, buying their album, buying their movie because they get more and more money. Then you create these big monsters that don't even think they're human beings anymore. And the worst thing that you could be if you're extremely rich or if you're extremely famous or something like that, is forget that you could bleed just as fast as anybody else can. If we're all standing there and everybody's got their arm out and somebody's going whop 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 whop, just giving little cuts, you will bleed just the same. You just do something a little different. Like I said, a athlete does what a child could do. A singer does what a child could do. An actor does what most children do. So check that rhythm out. It's all skills that children can do at a very young age, and they just made it enhanced, and they did it better than everybody else can. My dad was a welder. I don't know a lot of 4-year-olds that can weld. What do your parents do? What crafts do they do? If you're a nurse, I don't know. Like you could play nurse, but you're not really gonna heal nobody. I can give a 5-year-old a basketball and tell them to shoot in that hoop. Might not be that good, but it's easy for them to put that in the hoop eventually. And then you can turn into a Steph Curry that just does it all day, every day. It's just repetition. That's all it is. There's no real. He didn't sit down and read a book, or he didn't sit down and do all these things. It's just reps. And if you're doing anything that just has reps behind it, where you could acting, I could read and I could rep it out. They don't. That's not. This would be a skill for me if they did a whole movie. They read the whole script, one take, whole movie. That's like a skill. Singers, reps. If somebody hey, I'm gonna teach you choreography one time. You're gonna figure out how to control your voice throughout the whole one time, and then go. Hell no, they do that shit thousands and thousands of times before they even perform. And half the time they're lip syncing, and half the time they're bullshitting to you anyways, and you're allowing it. You see all this lip syncing, or you see these athletes take days off for games that you're showing up to, or you see these actors not show up to events that they're supposed to show up to, but they care about you, and you idolize them and you love them. They don't give a fuck about you. So that's what's gonna spin me back to my main point is put that energy into people that care about you, and don't worry about idolizing false people. Like I said, there's a guy I know. This guy idolizes these basketball teams and rides their nutsack so hard, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, they don't care about you. They might care about what you got, but they don't care about you. They don't know you from the next guy, or they don't know like anything about your kids. They don't know about your marriage and your wife, and they don't know about any of that stuff. So why would you care so much about them, and why would you not care about the ones closest to you? Because when one of these athletes or actors or singers die, yeah, it's sad. Is it as sad as a family member of yours that you love so much dying? If it's not, then stop worrying about them and stop wasting time with them and start putting more time into your family and put energy into that type of stuff. So that's kind of where I'm gonna leave you guys off with. It was a very heated topic for me because I don't like idolizing, and I think that so many people put into the wrong space and place. And on the positive side, please start appreciating who's around you. Please start appreciating your loved ones and show them the love. Because trust me, they notice that you're idolizing these false people, and these people don't really care about you. So swing it, change it up on them, and show them how much you care. Because I started doing that in my mid to late 20s, and me and my dad have the best relationship ever now, where we could talk about anything, we can laugh, we can go hang out, we can go get a bite to eat, because my energy and love is more towards him. I care about what he's doing. I don't really care about what the Raiders are doing. I don't care about what athletes or actors or singers are doing. I don't care about what's going on in the news. I don't care about what's going on in the White House. I care about my tribe and my circle, and that makes me the happiest all day, every day. I could call, text them, see how they're doing, and there's nothing better than that. So I would advise you to do the same. And with that being said, like I said, these are 30-minute episodes, and we're getting close at 30-minute mark. We're at minute 25, and why I do these is I want to create real conversations, and I want you to start having a real opinion. There's so many people out there that are down to just be in the middle with no opinion because they're so scared about being judged, and allow me to be the one taking the judgment while you can get your opinion out there. So let's start creating conversations and things that really matter. And these are things that matter to me, and people have been sending me topics and people have been sending me questions, so I start creating them and putting them into the episode. And idolizing was one that came up So yeah, let's start getting in the motion of that. Because there's a lot of motivational speakers out there, and there's a lot of people that kind of say similar things that I'm saying, but I'll let you know right now, I don't listen to that too much. I just kind of go off of what I feel like and go off of what I want to talk about. And I want to give a platform so people can start feeling like they can leave a comment and give their opinion. And it doesn't have to agree with mine. I don't want people to always agree with me because where's the fun in that? I want to hear your honest and true opinions. And I don't want people to side with me just because I'm bold enough to speak about it. No, if you think I'm wrong, please tell me I'm wrong because that's how I grow. And if you think I'm right, and there's points that I touched on you never thought about before, that's how you grow. And you can listen to what I'm saying, or you can create your own. That's always a big one too. I love if people create their own and then shout me out and be like, hey, thanks for giving me the courage to do this because you had the courage to do it. Because for me, I've just done this long enough in my career and I've just had all these conversations before. So now I want to put it on a platform and really start growing it and start pushing people to get uncomfortable and have uncomfortable conversations and speak their mind and fucking swear if you want to. Who gives a fuck? Like, so many people are so quick to say fudge or shoot and fuck. It's shit and fuck. That's how I look at it. Who cares about all that other shit? But at the very end too, I always like to help you guys and put a little plug in there. I have my product, Jake Shakes, which is a holistic smoothie that you take in the morning or you take at lunch to give you natural energy, boost your immune system, get you healthy, all that good stuff. So if you're into that or you want to try that out, feel free to contact me. You can go to my Instagram, jrich.fit. You can message me on there. All the information's on there, so you can do that as well. And then also with this is I want to there's a lot of people out there that need a lot of help and they're being directed towards the wrong people that can't really give you an opinion on what you should be or shouldn't be doing because of legal reasons, or people that are charging an arm and a leg and you never feel like you get the full benefit of what you're doing. For me, I want to start getting into lifestyle and health coaching. So I'm tackling both. I want to tackle your mental, I want to tackle your diet, I want to tackle your physical. And I really want to start helping people on that side of things. And if you are somebody that needs somebody like myself, or you like how I talk, or if you like my opinions and you like how I can guide you, please get in contact with me. I'm really big and I'm really focused on helping people. And if you are somebody that needs that help, I'm glad to be there for you. So feel free to get in contact with me. And with that being said, that's the end of episode 7. These things are getting fun, man. I appreciate it. I appreciate the questions. I appreciate all the feedback you guys are doing. So keep it going. Have an amazing day. This is the day after Thanksgiving. This is that Black Friday. So hopefully you guys are safe out there. Don't beat nobody up. Don't get beat up. Hopefully you buy everything that you need to buy. And hopefully you can enjoy this Friday going into your weekend. And that's it, man. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.